So Sven has asked me about a week ago to come up with something that would be fast, delicious, really nutritious, and just sort of hit the mark for summer for this event and for you all to try. Therapeutic. So I sort of work between what I call recreational and therapeutic. So my L's Cakes and Catering business is very recreational. Cheesecakes, rich sauces, things like that. When I'm doing detoxes and cleanses with people, it's clearly about simple, sometimes dairy-free, gluten-free, vegan, so on and so forth. So I go between those two places. So today, what you're going to sample, you're going to sample both the therapeutic and the recreational version of a green gazpacho that I've been working on for a long time. A very long time.
I want to reemphasize, you have a recreational and a therapeutic version of the soup.
Yes.
That's great.
Yes. So I started this catering business about 2 years ago in Santa Fe, and I was catering to mostly art galleries, 40 to 60 people at a time, every other weekend, and I was sort of dabbling between these two worlds of the therapeutic and the recreational versions of food. I was serving this I was calling them soup shooters, and it was just a beautiful tomato-based gazpacho, traditional, actually Spanish version, that people loved. But then I would have people come up to the table. Now, this was an art gallery, so it's not about really the food, but it's food, so everybody sort of wants to hover. I had a number of people come up and say, "Is there bread in there?" And I was like, "Ooh, yeah." Footnote: I'm gluten-free, or I have an allergy to wheat or whatever, so I can't have that. I'd love to try it. So then I started thinking, well, if someone can't do tomato, or if someone can't do bread because of the gluten and the allergy, what about the tomato part? At that time, I had a Rolfing practice in Santa Fe, and I had a number of people that were suffering from arthritis. So the tomato for them is not a good option. So I'm thinking, all right, well, let's take this whole version of this gazpacho, which is traditional tomato, the vegetables, the oils, and the bread, and completely shift it over to a healthy version, someone that does experience arthritic conditions. They're going to be okay, as well as the gluten person, gluten-free, celiac, whatnot, that they're going to be safe with this. So I went to work for days and came up with this recipe. So there are two versions of it. The version number one, the fun version, I have prepared. And if you look through, the recipe that you have, the top, is the recreational, the fun version. And that means dairy and sherry wine vinegar, which has a little alcohol content. So basically, you take those two ingredients and you omit them, and you add apple cider vinegar and either coconut milk, yogurt, or coconut milk itself. Very different taste. And you can actually leave that one out, but that's going to be something that if someone is doing a cleanse or they have a dairy condition, not wanting to do dairy, you can leave those things out. So that's what you're going to be sampling today. In conjunction with that, what I have for you is a flax cracker. We had also discussed, maybe a soup sandwich combination. It seemed a little tricky to try and do that for starters because I actually haven't worked behind the space, so I didn't know what I was going to be working with. This soup works beautifully with a grilled cheese sandwich, which can be a goat cheese milk, a non-dairy cheese, a nut cheese on a gluten-free bread, or just vegetable. You can make a nice gluten-free sandwich with tomato, mustard, something like that on the side with this. So the idea is that with this soup, if it doesn't feel bulky enough for you, you want it as a meal, you can have something on the side. You can go for it and have a hamburger and just do this on the side. Someone that's just going to be doing this for cleansing purposes, just the soup itself is going to be sufficient. It's quite bulky. So what I've done, I made the flax crackers last night. And if you've not made these before, it's incredibly easy, as is the soup.
I'm sorry, but this looks more like one cracker. Right? Did you say crackers?
Crackers.
Yeah, this is more like a cracker.
Yeah, so this is where I need a volunteer, someone to step up and help me. I wanted to show you in this form what it looks like because I'm actually not going to be preparing too much today for you. So what I did is and the ingredients are on the bottom left. Basically flax, you can add any herb that you want. you take whole flax seeds and grind them in a coffee mill to get a flax meal. Add water and then your herbs. And you're baking this off after you spread it on your sheet for about 20 minutes to a half an hour. So I kept this really simple. The herb combination that you see on the sheet is what's in here today. When I make these for myself, I add cayenne pepper and I spice it up. Oh, yeah. So there's a lot of different things that you can do with this. So if someone would like to come up and slip on a pair of gloves, I'm going to have you tear and make the crackers. So if we can get, and you want to try? You want to go for it? Okay.
I'm gonna do this.
Okay. You get the white gloves.
Yeah, I had white gloves.
So.
Do I get a white hat?
No hat today. Next time.
One of these colanders.
Yeah, there you go.
Beam me up, Scotty.
How big are we doing this?
Well.
If it does not fit, you must have quit.
I think you're golden.
Okay.
So why the flax? The flax would be to, again, try to get away from the wheat and to just, be able to make something at home for yourself. There were, about a year ago, a lot of concerns coming to me, dietary-wise, around corn, because I was serving this with a corn tortilla. And then I had all these people that were saying, I don't want corn, no corn, no corn. So then I went, okay, well, a nice pairing with this that's also filling, and you're getting, this whole meal is so nutrient-rich, particularly when you add the amino acid proteins to this with the flax seeds. So I'll let you go ahead, and he's doing a great job. So,
I know that you can buy like flax meal, like it's already ground.
That's perfect.
Use that
Yep.
as well?
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is that about the right size?
That's it.
All right.
Yep.
This is good. I got the technology down.
Yeah. So you can just tear these, or you can take a knife to it and cut them if you want them to be, a little bit more. Yeah. So what I think I'll do is I'll start dishing out the soup, and I'll have you try. And then while you're sampling this soup, the recreational version, I'm going to make the therapeutic version, and I'm going to do a half a batch so that you can just taste and see what the difference is. It's pretty different. So I'll go ahead and get those started for you. So for garnishing, you'll taste this when it comes to you. The garnishing is pretty important. I like to do a red cabbage with mint and lemon. And you can take this soup, and once it's on your tongue, you'll be able to tell. You can go in a lot of different directions. If you want to do more of an Asian influence, you could do a seaweed with black sesame and a little soy sauce. I like to keep it pretty herby, so that's the variation that you're going to try today. The idea is that you can leave out, obviously if you have allergies to something, you can leave something out and add another of something else, but it gives you a base to work with. So a lot of people will use this as a paste. They'll actually put it on sandwiches. So you can thin it down, thicken it up. So we're just going to put everything in there. Yeah. Okay, so this took all of 10-15 minutes. So any questions?
You replace the dairy with coconut milk.
Coconut milk. Mm-hmm. And apple cider vinegar. So the same amount with the dairy, non-dairy equation, but half of the vinegar. So when you switched from the sherry to the apple cider, half that amount.
Pumpkin seed?
Mm-hmm. Uh-huh.
Oh, that's not in here, is it?
Yes, she has them. Everything is available here.
Are there
No,
pumpkin
no,
seeds a garnish?
In this?
Yes.
Oh, it's in here, okay.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Are those a garnish?
Uh-huh. Yep.
All right, everybody, let's hear it for Elle.
Thank you.